Hi, I'm Gabe Caggiano, and I host a weekly news program on Nantucket called Inside Nantucket. But between you and I would like to get off Nantucket and get back to the mainland and get back in the news business. Here's an example of some of my work when I was in Washington, D.C.
Gabe.
Well, officials with Prince George's County General Hospital say the shooting suspect is in serious condition at this hour, and neighbors here are badly shaken up as well. They say drug-related shootings just aren't supposed to happen here. It happened just before 8 p.m. Police say they arrested one person suspected of selling crack in the parking lot of the Autumn Woods apartment complex and shot another suspect after he ran and allegedly tried to draw a gun on a police officer.
We have recovered the handgun. We have recovered drugs. We are going to photograph and go through the area. We're also going to look a little more closely, see if there was anything else that the suspects threw down on the ground that we haven't found yet. This area we've specifically targeted because of complaints of drug activity here in the shopping center. The residents are very upset about this.
The Autumn Woods complex recently reopened after undergoing
James, the reaction in Frederick is a mixture of disbelief and anger. Everyone agreed you could not find a better family man and public servant than Pastor Rodney Pulliam. His death and the death of his 3 boys is testing the faith of many who knew the family.
The accident scene is a horrible sight. A 6-car collision on a sunny Saturday morning as 38-year-old Pastor Rodney Pulliam and his 3 sons waited at a traffic light.
He was sitting still in bumper traffic, and a car came from 50 or 60 miles from behind him, hit his car, turned it over, went on top and hit the other one. It's just sad. Three young men and a father, bright future ahead of them.
Also killed, Pulliam's 3 boys, Matthew 8, Jordan 9, Rodney Jr. 10. Pulliam attended the nearby Missionary Baptist Church of Frederick and was pastor at Little Forest Baptist Church in Stafford, Virginia. Frederick city leaders say the loss to the community is enormous.
Pulliam was a very exciting person, very lovable person, very sincere person, and a wonderful preacher, father and husband.
We're very devastated by the loss, and we know his wife Tammy is just devastated as well. It's undescribable how you can lose your whole family in one moment, and our prayers go out to her.
There were 8 other people injured in the accident. Police so far have not released their names or conditions. Also, no one has been charged in connection with the deaths of Rodney Pulliam and his 3 sons. Pulliam is survived by his wife, Tammy. James, Mary Alice, back to you.
A judge issued a ruling that allows Metz to keep her job, at least for now. Gabe Caggiano is here with the latest. Gabe.
Well, tonight's ruling by Administrative Judge William Missouri means Dr. Metz is not out of a job yet, but the 2 sides are now heading into murky political and legal waters.
Dr. Iris Metz was clearly pleased when she emerged from the Prince George's County Courthouse tonight.
How do you feel emotionally right now?
I'm just happy to be back at work. I've never been terminated from any job in my life, so it was really a strange feeling.
Yesterday, the Prince George's County School Board voted 6-3 to fire Metz on Monday. But her lawyers appealed the decision, saying Metz was not given 45 days' notice as required in her contract. But in tonight's ruling, Judge William Missouri decided it is in the best interest of the school for Metz to remain at least through the 45 days the contract requires. Metz says she has the support to keep fighting for her job.
When the community respects you that much, and they say they want you to do a good job, you want to go back and do a good job for them and the children.
But Board Chairman Kenneth Johnson still wants Metz out.
The judge has made his ruling. Tomorrow morning I will do as I had planned. I will give her the official notice that 45 days from tomorrow morning she will no longer be superintendent.
And Metz's supporters hope state leaders will now intervene and take away the school board's power.
This board has been irresponsible again and again and again. It is now part of the problem. It's up to the legislature to put an end to that process.
And supporters now say they will appeal to the Maryland State School Superintendent on Metz's behalf. James.
Yeah, they certainly are. You know, every reporter in Washington would love to be a part of this meeting, to at least sit in and watch it. Quite frankly, the Saudis are outraged. Ever since the bombings in Riyadh just a couple of months ago, they have been very vocal and very visible in the media. The foreign minister, the ambassador to the United States saying, look, we are cooperating with the United States to the best of our ability. The royal family is doing everything we can to root out terrorism and to stop it, both domestically and around the world. And to have this report come out where a majority of the pages which allude to Saudi Arabia have been deleted or at least covered up, they feel it really is as an affront to their dignity, and they want President Bush to address this and possibly make a statement at some point, setting the record straight, saying the Saudi Arabians are our friends, they are our compatriots in the war on terrorism, and they are our allies. And right now, the Saudis feel that they're being abandoned by America.
Gabe, we know that you are very au fait with the protocol and diplomacy that surrounds anything to do with the White House, State Department, the U.S. administration. It is quite unusual, isn't it, for another country's foreign minister to make such an unscheduled visit to Washington and at such short notice actually get to meet President Bush. Surely the world should be seeing this as a sign of the closeness between the two countries, that this kind of thing can happen.
Well, not only a sign of the closeness, but it certainly shows that the influence the Saudi Arabians and the royal family have with the White House and with Washington in general. You know, this relationship has been very close over the years, going back, you know, decades, but more recently, Saudi Arabia was very cooperative to allow soldiers and airmen on their soil during Desert Storm. Of course, the oil industry has been a huge multinational and multi-nation component of the world economy.
Over the past few days, the new 24-hour Arabic news channel Al Arabiya provided American TV audiences with exclusive video of the Riyadh bombings. And during the war against Saddam, several Middle East television networks gained international attention with numerous exclusives. Even though the battle to topple Saddam was fought with guns, there was also an information war going on as well, and White House officials were paying attention. Tucker Eskew is director of the newly created White House Office for Global Communications, which provides access and information to new broadcast groups.
America has, for about 10 years, probably let our guard down a little bit. Or better yet, we've let down our efforts to spread our message in the face of a lot of change. The world's changed, political lines have changed, media have changed, and in particular the rise of satellite media and the internet didn't get a full response from our government.
Media observer and veteran network correspondent Marvin Kalb says the emergence of independent Arab TV is doing much more than provide news and entertainment. It is opening channels for information that educate Americans about the Arab world.
I myself believe that if you have more journalistic organizations dedicated to a relatively free vision of reality, I think that is a good thing for everybody. I think it is good for American policy and good for the American people and good for the Arab people.
And how do the new Arab TV networks affect Arab Americans? The consensus is they are closing the information gap.
The new media gives the Arab American community a different window on Arab reality. It brings the Arab world closer to them.
And there are other new media groups going online and on the air in the near future. And several Arab TV networks hope to get on American cable channels, claiming the demand is there. Gabe Caggiano, NBC News, Washington. I hope you like my work, and I hope you consider me and give me a call.